So, Cassie, is there any story of blessings that comes to mind for you that has stayed with you that you can share that relates to the theme, gift to gain?
Gift to gain. I love the theme. And on the same line, I learned that giving, it's basically for the sake of giving, not to gain something back. And actually, I never even thought about volunteering, like, before I started this practices that gave me so much energy, that made my life an expression of giving. And then the joy of giving, it's, you don't need anything back. It's just giving on its own, And but in terms of stories, I don't know anyone in this world who can give without expecting anything in return other than Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. And that's one person in the world I know for sure that he doesn't want anything in return. And I experienced this firsthand. One day I remember I was in Canada. I was doing a silent retreat to charge my batteries. And I met Gurudev and I shared with him some of my problems at the time. And at the time, my family was going through a lot of hardship. Like my mother's sister was in coma for 2 years. My uncle, my mom's brother, was also had bone cancer, so it was going through a lot of things. Plus, my mom's mental health was not strong, of course, given the situations. And I told him all of that, and he listened, and he said, he did a chant, Om Namah Shivaya, put his hand on his heart. And I knew at the time that things will get better for them, for all my family. I just knew it in my heart. I went out of the room, and it happened just I stumbled upon one of the teachers in Canada. And that teacher was Romanian, like I'm Romanian. So what are the odds? You don't met too many Romanians, so I'm always very excited. And I was sharing, that what I discussed with Guru Dev, and I told her, I really want my family to experience these beautiful practices that I experienced like almost 25 years ago. And I really want to have them to do this course. So she said, you know what? I'm planning to go to Romania and I want to teach this
Ah,
course. That's in, I'm already booking my tickets. And I said, why don't you come to my hometown? I'll organize everything for you. And, then a lot of people will benefit from it, from my family. She was game. And literally in 2 months later, everything was organized. And even my uncle, who was barely, able to even sit and everything, he went through the whole process. They learned the techniques. And I could see, that the joy that came from that course from everybody in the family. I know even my aunt who was in coma could feel it. I just had this feeling. And 2 months later, fast forward, I went to Canada again and another retreat. I guess I was very busy at the time, There is the Gandhi saying, the busier you are, the more you have to meditate. So I did again another workshop for recharging my batteries. And Gurudev was there, of course, leading it. And I met him again. And I told him, Gurudev, my family has done the course. And they are, so grateful for what they've learned. My uncle, for example, I think he practiced just a little bit of it. And he also developed diabetes. His diabetes went away. And he was like pain free for a long time, based on that. And then I was in the room. I still remember that picture. And he said, yeah, I told him, the course happened. And he said, did I do my job? I was like, wow. I mean, it just was on the spot. It didn't have to, literally I went out of that room 2, 3 months ago, and it already happened, that my family got that relief. So
Wow.
that for me, it shows when we come from this pure intention like Guru Dev's, then, things manifest very easily. And that's what I experienced in my life. The more I would meditate, the more I would put this at forefront in my life, the more I would see a lot of blessings like this coming up and springing out in my life. So I'm very grateful for it.